Friends, today let's solve questions related to data communications and computer networks in 2018 Telangana ECE ESET question paper. So the first question, which topology does not require a multi-point connection? So bus connection is the only connection which you will not need any multi-point connection. Now I'll explain you what exactly is multi-point. So if you observe bus topology, it will be having a single backbone and you have no two computers are interconnected. If you observe mesh topology or ring topology or star topology, almost two computers are connected in every case, whereas everything is connected. Multi-point is not connected in case of a bus topology. Next, which cable consists of an inner copper core and second conducting outer sheath? This question is already repeated in the last question here also. So if you observe, coaxial cable will be having a dimension which will be having an image like this. You will be having a plastic jacket, and then you will be having a metallic sheet, and then you will be having a dielectric conductor, and then you will be having the center core. So this is the center core, this is the dielectric insulator, this is the metallic shield, and this is the plastic jacket. So this you will be having an inner copper core and a secondary conducting outer sheath. So which cable can carry signals of high frequency and ranges? Then that particular cable, generally coaxial cable carries signals of high frequencies ranging than those of the twisted pair cable, in a part because the two media are constructed. So coaxial cable can carry signals of higher frequencies ranger than the of twisted pair cable. Next, which agency did develop the standards of physical connection interfaces and electronic signaling specifications? So the Environmental Investigation Agency is an independent non-governmental campaign organization committed to bring out the change to protect natural world from environmental crime and abuse. So basically EIA campaigns include illegal wildlife trade, illegal logging, illegal trade. So which multiple access techniques is used in 802.11 standard for wireless local area network? If you observe CSMA CA, so carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance is a protocol for carrier transmission in 802.11 networks. However, CSMA CD deals with the transmission after a collision has occurred, and this acts to prevent before any collisions will happen. So try to remember this. Next, unauthorized access of information from a wireless network device through a Bluetooth connection is called BlueSnarfing. So it is also called BlueSnarf attack, in which the device hack, which may be performed when a Bluetooth capable device is set to be discoverable mode and the Bluetooth function is turned on and the device is able to be located on the compatible devices within the range. So it involves the theft of the data from the wireless device having the Bluetooth connection, which includes the information such as contacts, list, calendars, emails, text messages, and this occurs even without the user's knowledge. So it may go on indefinitely unless discovered. Next, to accomplish flow control, TCP uses which type of window protocol? Basically, transmission control protocol uses sliding window protocol for flow control, and you have to tune before any TCP IP settings. First, TCP window works based on this sliding window, which determines the number of unacknowledged bytes that one system can send to another. Next, UDP and TCP are provided in which particular layer? If you remember, you have to remember this particular diagram. Physical layer will be having Ethernet, USB, Bluetooth and IEEE 802.1 protocols, whereas data link layer will be having PPP and ATM, point to point protocols, and asynchronous ATM and Ethernet protocols. Network layer will be having IP, address resolution protocol, ICMP protocol. And now transmission layer will be having our UDP and TCP protocols. So try to remember. Next, application layer will be having hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, domain name server, and SNMP and telnet protocols. Transport layer will be having TCP and UDP. Network layer will be having IP, address resolution protocol, ICMP, and IPsec. So data link layer will be having point to point protocol, ATM, asynchronous protocol, and Ethernet protocol. Try to remember which protocol is related to which layer. It is a very important question. Next, a full domain name is a sequence of labels separated by, generally a full domain name is a sequence separated by dots. So if you remember any protocol, any website, you will be having https://www.sbtet.com, where this is your subdomain and this is your .gov.in. So this is your domain name and this is your top level. So generally the domain names are always read from the node up to the root. So the last label is the label of the root, which is generally null, and this means the full domain name always ends with a null label. So the character dot, last character is dot because the null string is nothing. Next, the main advantage of UDP. Basically, UDP does not provide assurance of delivery of packets, however reliability and other services. So UDP provides low overhead and higher speeds. So it has less overhead and higher speeds. Next, in depletion mode, source and drain are connected by, so example, in depletion mode, generally source and drain are connected by the conducting channel, but the channel is closed by applying suitable negative voltage at the gate terminal. In non-saturation, MOSFET will be acting as a voltage source, and by varying the VDS, you will be having significant change in drain current. So simply remember, conducting channel is your answer. This is an easy question related to ECE, however I have covered here. So which is used to deal the effect of variation? Designers must simulate multiple fabrication processes or use system level technique for dealing with effects of variation. Okay, so system level techniques are used to deal with the effects of variation. So as the die size shrinks due to scaling, the number of dies per wafer will increase and complexity of the making of the photomask will be increasing rapidly. So the advantages of CMOS include, basically if you use CMOS technology, the devices are used in a range of application with analog circuits like image sensors, data converters. So you will be having very low static power consumption, you will be having reduced complexity of the circuit, and it will be having high density of the logic functions on a chip, and it will be having low static power consumption, and it has high noise immunity. So you have to remember all this. It will be having high package density, and it will be having low power consumption, and it will be having low complexity, and it will be having high noise immunity. So these are the features of CMOS. So the inputs of a 8x1 multiplexer. So if you remember the truth table of a multiplexer, it will be having this. Now I will try to explain this through the truth table. So this PDF is created by me, which is accessible in the web link provided in the description. Now see this. So if you observe the sum expression is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will be having a sum expression 1 only at this particular conditions and carry expression 1 at this conditions. So 1, 2, 4, 7. If you see the answer 1, 2, 4, 7. So sum of a full adder circuit implemented by a half adder by a multiplexer is this particular option. Next, the last question. So NMOS and PMOS transistors in a CMOS technology are separated by, remember, they are separated by a demarcation line. You will be having dotted lines. So this demarcation line separates the N and P transistors, and it is similar to a dotted line. And NMOS depletion mode transistor can be represented by a polysilicon over N-type layer with implant. So for a better understanding, I'll try to show you the image of this also. So see this is the how it is separated, NMOS and PMOS. So with this, the questions related to data communication and computer networks in 2018 question paper of Telangana ECET ECE are completed.